Good afternoon, all of you. My name is Kannan. I'm working as a librarian at Indian Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. I'm going to talk about IRINS, Indian Research Information Network System. It is a national research information management infrastructure. All of you hear that all the institute, they may not have all the 100% of their research output is not visible in the public platform globally. Particularly in the global south, all the 100% article or research output not visible. It is not due to the quality of the publication, it is due to the visibility or some other factors. The IRINS developed to bridge the gap between the visibility gap as well as the scholarly communication. It is not like a software. You want to bring the gap between the visibility as well as whatever research output produced by the institute. This is global scholarly communication landscape. For example, as you are a user, you are going in front of the library, you could see a big library connected with all those resources. It may be a journal, it may be an institutional repository, but when you go inside, it is all those resources, it is not connected properly. It is interlinked. Okay. Then how do you manage those kind of things? That is a thing. Second, everybody talking about that open access as well as open science. Even publisher, funder, everybody is moving towards that open access or open access data, open access publication, open peer review, all those things. But even though we are going towards that open access, until otherwise we have a national level infrastructure we cannot bring that open access in the national level as well as international level. We have a different identifier like ORCID ID for a personal identifier, ROR for institute, then DOI for article. But even though we have these different identifier, these are all not connected. For example, if it is a persistent identifier for a faculty member, it is not uniformly implemented all over the world. There is a third one. Then equity and global source, particularly that, as I told, that visibility gap. Most of the publication, for example, near about 40 to 50% of the publication, they publish in the regional journal, they publish in a different language journal. It does not have any proper visibility to the global community. Then India as a research field, it is like as a country we have more than 1,300 plus degree awarding institute, 53,000 colleges. We have near about 1.6 million faculty members from different institutes. As a country, we are number 3rd in terms of number of research articles produced. But in the global database such as Scopus, Web of Science, hardly 50 to 60% of the research output visible. Otherwise, remaining research-related activities not visible in a proper way. It is India. It is not only like IIT, IISc. Those are all the institute. Those are the premier institute. Only those institute, whatever they produce research, it gets some kind of visibility. Where in India, we have a diverse set of universities. Like we have regional university, we have in the remote village, we have small colleges. Whatever they have contributed, those research-related activities not getting proper visibility. Even though our collaboration with international authors has increased, but it is not having proper visibility to the local publisher as well as local universities. Why we need a research information management system? The number one is discoverability. Whatever faculty or institute published, the entire research related activities should have a discoverability. That is the main purpose of any research information management system. Second is assessment. If you take a faculty level, department level or institute level, nowadays all this institute, they are going through this assessment system. For that they need a reliable data. They should not depend on only some commercial databases because there it will not represent that 100% of the research output of the institute. That's the second one is assessment. Then third one is strategic decision making. As a head of the institute, whether it's a vice chancellor or a research administrator, often they want to take a decision about their institute, where they have published more number of articles, in which area the institute is focused on, or where they have to provide some kind of funding support to the faculty member. Those kind of decision, when they want to take a decision, they need a proper data about that institute. Then only they can take a decision. For that, we need a research information management system. Then complaints, reporting. Whenever funding agency or policy maker or government institute, they ask the data about the institute. Okay, they have to produce a report. For that, we need a research information management system. The last one is equity as well as inclusion. For example, many of the faculty, particularly India, they publish an article in a local journal or in the regional languages. Those kind of article as well as research output, it should have some kind of proper visibility so that it represents the 100% of the research output by the particular institute or faculty members. The visibility gap, as I told, if you take India as on today, near about 5 million research paper available, which include Scopus as well as Web of Science. Near about 4.5 million paper, it is not at all having that visibility. The reason is, it is like, these citation database, they are not indexing this journal. There are different reasons because they have their own criteria to index these kind of journals. That is the one. Second is, institute, they have their own faculty profile management system or HR management system. It is not connected with other system so that they can get a proper visibility. Then due to this lack of infrastructure or not that biased based in the scholarly communication system or citation databases, even faculty member who really do some kind of research in the local level or regional level, they are not having opportunity to collaborate with the external board or external institutes. The scholarly ecosystem, we have 3 layers. One is institutional sources, where faculty profile, they will manage the faculty profile, grant management system, institutional repository. That's the first layer. Second layer, that IRINS or Vidwan database, we bridge the gap between this local data with the international whatever community is available. Then third is that external landscape, like global data sources, like whenever this IRINS or Vidwan, it will collect the data from the local sources and it will connect with the international system. The data, like it is not like a one-time job. It is a continuous one. It is as and when they publish an article, it has to the local system capture all the information from the local system. The IRINS directly interact and capture all those system, and it will enrich the faculty member or a research administrator, librarian. They'll curate and enrich the data so that it will expose to the outside world. The incomplete coverage, that's what I told. Due to these are the different reasons why it is incomplete. The number one reason, local as well as regional journal. Most of the research it is happening in the region level. Those not only article, report or thesis, it is not having any proper visibility in the international level citation databases. For example, if you take engineering subject, many of the engineering colleges, they'll publish an article or they submit their paper in the conference paper. Those journal does not index in citation databases. Then the third one is language barrier, language biases, like they publish an article in a regional language, whether it may be a Tamil, Hindi, or India, we have near about 22 different languages where they will publish those articles. Those articles, it does not have any visibility to the database. That is the reason if you take any citation database, hardly 50 to 60% data produced by Indian authors available in this citation database. Wherein if you take higher INS, we reach near about 92%. For example, as on today, we have near about 4 million publication metadata available in the IRINS platform, but wherein we identified near about only 55% of the data, it came from the citation databases such as Scopus or other repository, wherein remaining data, the individual faculty member or respective librarian, they feed those kind of data to the system. IRINS, what it will do? Already the institute level, they have a different set of data like a HR system or grant management system. In the institute level, what will happen? They have this data in a different level. Whenever they go for some kind of report, they want to submit a report to the ministry or research administrator, they'll come for the meeting. Then different set of people for HR system, they'll give, these are the list of faculty members. In their institutional repository, it will show a different number. In the meeting, instead of providing data, they'll find out which data to be corrected. But wherein IRINS play a role to collect all this data from different level, we are not going to replace that existing system, but wherein it will collect all the data from different sources, it provides as a unified access platform for the institutes. To address the issue, actually, Ministry of Education in the year 2017, Ministry of Education as well as INFLIBNET Center, Joined together, we created this national level infrastructure. Actually, it is like a other IRINS, it is like other national level infrastructure, like a power grid or some other infrastructure. This IRINS for only for research related data. Okay, but we also decided when we developed this platform, we want to give this platform free of cost. Otherwise, if you make some kind of charges, smaller institute, they may not have an option to adopt this kind of research information management system. That is the reason when we started, we decided we provide as a software as a service for entire country. Then the system also, it is a faculty centric. It is like a faculty is they have to create a faculty, we have to create first a faculty profile. All those data, faculty they can manage, whether which kind of data they want to show to outside or which kind of data they want to hide, those kind of things they have to manage. Then there is a second layer that is called the institute. Institute have their own control about all the data. Okay. Then third one is IRINS, where we can show that entire research related activity to the community. Then the fourth one is this IRINS integrated with all these academic identities, because earlier this ID, this data, it is fragmented in different places. IRINS, what it do, it collect all those data, it integrate all those ID into a common places. The genesis of IRINS, in the year 2017, Ministry of Education, they want to develop a research information management system only for centrally funded institute. We have near about 200 plus centrally funded institute, which include IIT, NIT, central universities, something like that. And then we developed a prototype for, in the year 2017, we developed a prototype for IIT Madras and Indian Institute of Science Bangalore. Then within this 2-year period, we could reach near about 194 institutes. Then when we went for a review in the year 2021, once again ministry told, why don't you expand this project to entire country? Like that, now we have expanded, now we have reached near about 1,800 plus institutes. Through this platform, we connected near about 0.27 million faculty members, 3.7 million publication metadata we retrieved through this platform. The guiding principle when we create this IRINS instance, it should be a faculty centric. Faculty has to feed their basic information, which include their academic basic name, affiliation, then academic identities. Then institute have their own control, which kind of data they want to show outside, and they can generate various reports. Then it is like a public infrastructure. Now IRINS, it is not only with the institute, even institute use it in a different way. Many of the ministry, like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Culture, Bureau of Indian Standard, UPSC, even many of the ministry, they are using this data extensively, so that earlier what will happen, whenever they want some kind of expert in a particular subject category, they have to go to the, they communicate to the different institute. From there, they'll get the name of faculty member. Now it is not like that. We have given this dashboard to the ministry. Simply they can come, they can do the search, they can do all the filters. Like, for example, they want a faculty member who are all expertise in nanotechnology. Simply they can do the search. From there, they have a different filter from which institute you want, whether you want from IITs or Central University, those kind of filter they can do. From there, they can get the data. Then these are all the policy landscape, Indian policy. These are all the assessment agency in India, various level. For example, NAC. They accredit all the higher education institutions. They also often need a data, publication, citation, project related information. There is MBA, National Board of Accreditation. The recent addition is NARF. They also ask the data often from the institute, publication, citation, highly cited paper. But earlier what will happen, these data fragmented in different places. Now institute want to take a data from the single platform, they can export this data and they can provide easily. Otherwise, no, earlier what will happen, whenever the institute go for some kind of assessment, every time they'll disturb the faculty member. They'll disturb the faculty member or department to collect the data. Now it is not like that. As a faculty member, one time they have to create a profile, then remaining things, this publication, citation, social media metrics, all those information automatically fetch from different sources. These are all the assessment agency they are forcing respect to institute. You should have your own research information management system, so that whenever you go for some kind of assessment, at the time you can provide this data to them. This is architecture. The first one is a presentation layer. It is like a institutional portal where we can see total number of faculty, how many articles they have published, where they have published, whether it's open access, closed access. Then there is a separate dashboard for the nodal officer. From there they can generate various reports. Then there is a second layer, we are using Solar, it is open source search engine. Then we are also using open source database like MySQL for the relational database and faculty related information, MongoDB for the publication metadata. We have developed in our own using the PHP coordinator. We are also using that OAP image to retrieve the data from the institutional repository. Plus we are also using REST API to collect the data from different sources. The system also integrated with different other systems, like for example, publication, we take data from Scopus, Crossref and Base. Identity, we have integrated with the ORCID ID, Scopus ID, Google Scholar ID. The system also automatically integrates with their institutional repository as well as national level other repositories. This is what the multi-level, actually when the end user faculty member, first they have to create their faculty profile in the system. Once they create a faculty profile, the department, they'll verify all those profile. They will, wherever some data is missing, for example, some IDs are missing, they will do. Then once they completed, it will come to the nodal officer. Normally, librarian will be the nodal officer to curate all those data. Once they have done, automatically the instance will be created. They'll get a 3 kind of layer, like an institute profile, department profile, individual faculty profile, those kind of layer they will get. This is what the data integration I told. First we'll collect the system, collect basic information about that faculty member, including their name, affiliation, then their academic identities. Once they have this data, once the system have this data, then once again, based on their academic identity, the system go to different platform like a Scopus, we used to fetch based on their Scopus ID. Google Scholar ID, we will not import the publication, but anyway, we will show that citation metrics. Suppose some article, it is not indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. Anyway, if the article is having DOI, anyway, it will go to the Crossref. From there, it will come to their ORCID record. From the ORCID, the system automatically fetch. Once we have this publication metadata, once again, based on DOI, the system go to different places like Ultrametrics, Scopus, Crossref, Dimension. It will bring their publication, citation, social media metrics, all those things it will do. Once I have all this data, once again, it will take a data from, we are also using that Bellfield academic search engine to get an article link. Suppose the particular article publicly available in the institutional repository or some other platform. The system bring all those links to the. Then data integration metrics, that's what I told, we have integrated with the ORCID ID to import the publication. We also integrated with the Scopus for publication, citation, as well as other metrics. Google Scholar to import only citation metrics because sometimes Google Scholar will do some kind of duplication. To avoid the thing, we'll bring only that citation metrics. Crossref based on DOI will bring citation, affiliation related information from Crossref. Institutional repository, that's what I told. Once I have the data based on base API, we'll get where the, for example, particular faculty, they have infrastructure, they have institutional repository, there the articles are available. But other institutes, they don't have institutional repository. What will happen? Automatically, the article linked with the institutional repository or wherever the article publicly available. Then we also, I told, we have integrated with the Bellfield academic search engine to get the publication value, where they have published more number of articles, whether it's open access, closed access, if it is open access, gold, green, those kind of difference it will do. Then we also integrated with social media metrics to show the badges. Already told, we have integrated with this all this ID. Whenever we collect a faculty information, it is mandatory they should provide that ORCID ID. By this way, we also promoting ORCID ID in India. As on today, out of 0.2 million faculty profile, 2.7 million faculty profile, near about 50% faculty, they have this ORCID ID. We are also promoting in the academic institute about this ORCID ID. Then we are also using ROR ID when you bring about that institute name, we are using ROR ID. Then for publication, we are using DOI. Based on DOI only, the system will talk with the other system for publication, citation, social media metrics, smart metrics, all those things. Then grant ID, actually Ministry of Education, Ministry of Science and Technology, they have a grant management system. From that, the system fetch their grant related information. This is what it look like. This is a faculty profile. It is like, we collect only the basic information about the faculty. the system fetch all those publications and social media, all those. When somebody see the faculty profile, no, it will look something like this. There you could see, if it is a green, if you mouse over, it will show that where the particular article is available. These are all smart metrics, S-side, this is metrics from dimension, this is from Ultimetrics. How many citations they received from Scopus, Crossref. Based on co-author detail, the system automatically generates this co-author network. These are the metrics. It will come from Google Scholar based on Google Scholar ID. This is social media metric, like the Ultimetrics, how many times the particular article, faculty article discussed, Facebook, Twitter, those kind of information it used to bring. This is what it will happen. For example, when we create a faculty profile, automatically department profile will be created. Once we create a department profile, that institute profile will be created. It is like, for example, this one institute, Bharatidasa University. If you visit that Bharatidasa University IRINS instance, it look like this. How many faculty are available, how many articles they have published, where they have published, how many citations they received from different sources, who are all the top 10 faculty members from the institute, who are all the top 10 women faculty from the institute. These are all the department wise, their publication, citation, H index, these kind of analytics that system. This is a department profile. If somebody visits that department, it shows that who are all the faculty, how many articles they have published, and how many citations there is, what is the H index of the department, those kind of information we provide. It is available there. Apart from that, we also provide some kind of dashboard to the respective institute. From the dashboard, they can export all the faculty members whenever they go for NRF rank or any kind of assessment. Simply they can come here, they can export entire faculty member. It is not only faculty member name and other details. For suppose many of the time this funding agency policy maker, they'll ask the question last 3 years, 2000, for example, 2020 to 25, how many articles you have published, your faculty member, how many citation they received, what is their H index. These kind of question they'll ask. Simply they can come to the dashboard. There are different menu. There's a faculty metrics. If you click faculty metrics, it will give all those information. You can do the filter and you can generate report. Even suppose they want to, for example, whenever they go for NAC or some other assessment, they have to provide all those publication information. Simply they can come here in the publication menu, then they can export the publication. There also we have a filter. From that they can export the data and they can profile. The stakeholder perspective about IRINS or RIM. For example, researcher, what they want, they don't want to do any repetitive work. Otherwise, no, whenever they go for some kind of position, they have to fill all those information manually. Wherein this system, this IRINS has integrated with some kind of national level recruitment system. Simply they have to log in with our Vidwan ID so that the system provide all those information. Or if they are going for some kind of funding proposal, simply they can log in with their Vidwan ID so that we take all those data. It is for faculty member. Librarian, he can ensure all the metadata fed by the faculty member properly, or they can curate the data. Based on that, they can conduct a training program for the faculty members. Administrator, they can create various reports based on the data. Earlier, for them it is very difficult. They have to collect the data whenever they want to create a report. They have to collect the data from different sources, like Web of Science, Scopus, or UGC Careless, something like that they have to collect, or from the department. Now it is not like that. One time the faculty has to create a profile, remaining things automatically will come. Then policymaker, what kind of benefit they'll get? It is like earlier, if they want to form a committee, if they want to provide some kind of funding support particular subject area people, earlier it was for them, it is very difficult. They have to approach different institute. Now it is not like that. Whenever they want some kind of expert in a particular subject field, we have given some kind of dashboard there. They can simply search and get all those information about that particular expert in the particular subject area. Then they can approach them for any kind of assessment. This impact, within this, we started this project in the year 2017. Within this 5-year period, we could reach 1,800 plus institute. Through this platform, we connected near about 0.27 million faculty member. Across the country, we have this instance is available near about 28 states and 4 union territories. Through this platform, we collected near about 3.76 million publication metadata, 38 plus million citation related information. Even other countries, you may not even EuroCRIS, all of you, many of you know about that. EuroCRIS is the organization, they develop a standard for research information management system. They are also maintaining a directory of research information management system. In India, this IRINS is a number one in terms of number of institutes implementing this research information management system. Same way, IRINS is a software, number one, because many of the more number of institutes, they are using IRINS as a research information management system for their institute. As a byproduct, we also create one more platform from the existing IRINS, that is called CERNI, Sea Research Network in India. Earlier, we don't know about that. In our entire IRINS, near about entire with one plus IRINS, near about 31% of the faculty member, they are all women faculty member. They publish near about 25% of the research output come from the women faculty member. How many articles, how many patents they have, where they have published more number of articles. These kind of analytics provide in the Sea Research Network. Different agencies, they will use different way. For example, as I told, is expert discovery. It is not only for funding agency. As a nowadays, faculty member or student, if they want to do some kind of research, before coming to the institute, they want to know who are all the faculty member, in which area their expertise in. Same way, faculty, they want to do some kind of collaborative research, they can use this database. Simply they can do the search. For example, I am from Maharashtra. I want to do some research. Faculty who are all my research interest in Chennai. Simply I can come to the IRINS instance, it will give all those results. If I search nanotechnology, it will give who are all the faculty available in nanotechnology. Then I can do the filter. Okay, I need faculty only from Tamil Nadu, or I need a faculty only from IIT or Central University. Those kind of filter I can do, I can get the information. Then funding agency, they will take this database to create a review panel or some kind of committee they can use. Ministry, already told, many of the ministry they are using this database. Then institutional benchmarking, even ministry also use this database to compare the institute, compare the department. Okay, which institute, for example, they'll compare one IIT with another IIT, or who are all second generation IIT, how they are performing over a period of time. Those kind of things they will do using this platform. Then expert discovery committee formation, this is what that expert dashboard it look like. Simply they have to come here and they have to do the filter, then they'll get all those informations. As a national level, we saved near about 180 crore. For example, in terms of dollars, we saved near about 18.95 million per year. For example, these 1,800 institutes, if they want to go for some kind of commercial research information management system, they have to spend near about $10,000 to $15,000 per year. But wherein through this system we saved near about 18.9 million USD per year for the ministry. It is like earlier, many of the institutes, they have their own system, different system, like HR management system, grant management system, institutional repository, or some institute they may have their own research information management system. They are not having all the institute not having those kind of funding support to enable those research information management system. Now what is happening through this IRINS? We have created a national level infrastructure to connect all the scholar institute in a single platform. It is our roadmap as well as future plan. We want to integrate AI as well as machine language model so that it will disambiguate. But anyway, based on this ORCID, we are removing all those disambiguation. Apart from that, some of the faculty members, few of the faculty members, they may not have this researcher ID or ORCID ID. Anyway, we are requesting all the institute whenever they come for IRINS instance, we are requesting all the institute to create their own ORCID ID or some other ID. But even though if they are not creating, then we'll use this AI model. Then multilingual metadata, already our system is supporting many of the local languages like Tamil, Hindi, but further we'll fine tune this what is called multilingual. Then advanced analytics, we have smaller dashboard with a few analytics. Apart from that, we are going to give more analytics to the institute so that they can take based on this system they can take many decisions. Then long term, global interoperability, open API ecosystem, universal ROR adoption. These are the things we are going to do in the future. It is like a IRINS we have created for India. Even if other country, if they want to develop this kind of model, since we are providing as a software service, even other country who more want to develop this kind of model, we can support them. It is like we developed based on open source technology. We developed our own, but other country, if they want to develop this kind of research information management system international level, we can support them using this platform. I think IRINS is a library lead national infrastructure. It is earlier, IRINS shows what happened when the library moved from managing collection to managing research intelligence. They can play a very big role in the institute level. It is not only to manage their book and other information, but they can play a very crucial role. For example, they can collaborate with the research administrator to provide the data whenever the institute for ranking, or they can provide this data to the research administrator or head of the institute whenever faculty go for a promotion or any kind of assessment, or if they want to compare other institute with their institute, they can do. These kind of things they can do with this data. That is the way it has. I think I have done my presentation. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I can. So you're making it available external from India for, I guess, other systems to use eventually. Are you doing any proactive push to internationally connected systems?
No, at present we have integrated with this ORCID ID, but we are not doing. Yeah, only pulling the data, but we are also in the process to push the data. No, at present we are, no, apart from that, we are also pushing the data to a national level recruitment system. It is like, all the university, there is a common platform, they developed recruitment system. There we pull the data. It is like, whenever they want to, particular institute, they want to hire a faculty member. Earlier, a faculty has to feed all those information. Like the name, affiliation, particularly senior faculty member, they have to add all those 100 articles manually. Now through IRINS, we push the data to them. They have to log in with one ID, something like that. Then another one is, we are also working with the funding agency. Earlier, if they want to submit a manuscript, they have to feed all those information. Now we are pushing this data from IRINS to, even ministry also recently sent a circular to all the HEIs, higher education institutions. All the faculty members, they should have this with one ID. It is like a national level IDs, so that whenever they go for any kind of assessment or any kind of funding support, in those systems, they made it as a mandatory. They should have this ID, then only they can register something. But in the future, what will happen if we get the data from different sources, like a funding agency or recruitment system? From there, once again, we can push the data to ORCID ID or some other international system.
Yeah, I think for push nationally to expose the outputs that are undiscoverable.
Yes.
But as a step after that is to actually expose that to the world. There's lots of discussions here about the different languages and local and regional outputs that are hard to find. I think connecting these national models are fantastic, and connecting them to the international models.
Yes, really. Even one more thing, just I want to add. When we earlier we don't know about that, how much research produced apart from.
Yeah.
Suppose somebody want to know, simply they'll go to Scopus or Web Science, they'll show that okay, this is your research output. But after IRINS only we came to know. For example, even if you see Scopus, total number of research produced by Indian author is near about 4.1 million.
Yeah.
But wherein this 1,800 institute together, they achieved that near about 3.7 million record. But in that, hardly 45% it came from other sources, not from the other commercial citation. It is not at all connected with those commercial database. That means those data, it is not earlier, they don't have any visibility. Now we brought into the IRINS system.
Do you have that idea that the entire publication from throughout India, from the colleges and universities, is possible to include in this IRINS?
Yes, any. That's what when we create. Yes. No, whenever we create an instance, there is a 3-layer I told. First, individual faculty profile will be created. When we create a profile, there will be a unique ID for the faculty member. They can log in, they can update all those information they can do. For example, article which is available in Scopus or ORCID ID, the system automatically pull the data. but wherein some other data, they don't have any they don't have any online presence. For example, they publish in particularly social science faculty member, they publish in a book or book chapter, something like that. Those data manually they can feed, or if they have the data in some standard format like a BibTeX or some other format, say they can simply come and here and they can import it. But anyway, system also take care all the duplication and all. The same article is available, it will not do once again, they automatically remove the duplicate.
And then one drawback is that there is a possibility of creating multiple accounts in with one.
Okay.
So, because that is not based on unique identity.
No.
So, see, suppose I can create two of my profiles in with one using different email IDs.
Yes.
So that needs to be prevented.
No, that is the reason when we ask a faculty member, when we collect this data from the institute, we'll ask their personal email ID. Okay. If the profile is already there, for example, faculty from IIT Madras, now he moved to IIT Delhi. But if we use that personal email ID, when we create, once again, somebody try to create another faculty profile, the system shows that with this email ID, one more faculty is there. Just you can migrate the profile from that IIT Madras to IIT Delhi. It is like, the faculty member or nodal officer simply change the affiliation, automatically the profile move from one instance to another instance.
And migration is okay. Apart from migration also, so sometimes what happens is that, of course, independently, they also create their own ID.
Okay.
And they leave it just like that.
Okay.
So
No, that's the reason we are telling they have to create their ID with the personal email ID. Suppose even though they created, when they move to another institute where when they try, the nodal officer or individual faculty member try to create next time, it shows that with this email ID, one more profile is there. You have to update the information, something like that.
The faculty changing from one institution to another institution, the credibility of the individual faculty, the publication.
Yes, it will be there.
The previous institution has not deleted the data.
No, it is not like that. They will not. For example, faculty profile is there. He, from 2015 to 20, he worked with IIT Madras. Now 20, he moved to IIT Delhi. What will happen? That 15 to 20 publication, it will reflect in IIT Madras. 20 to 25 publication, it will reflect in IIT Delhi. Because that affiliation detail is there in the database. Based on that, automatically the system take care.
Make sure there's an ORCID ID
Right, so I'm interested in how your team support the more than 1,000 university and research institute. Because there's some researchers, some university and librarians might be not familiar with these and other technologies. So,
Okay.
And more than 1,000 ECT might be quite extremely hard work. So how do you support and educate the users?
Okay, now whenever we create an instance for a particular institute, we'll give some kind of training to them. Even end users, simply they should know how to feed the faculty profile. It is like a library catalog. As a librarian, he should not bother about technology. He should know how to feed that metadata in the system. Same way here also, the librarian should know how to fill that basic metadata about that faculty member. Because since we are providing as a software service, he should not bother about which technology they will use. Simply he has to feed that proper metadata to the system. Even we will not ask any publication from the faculty member or nodal officer, because the system fetch a publication. But if it is not available in a public platform like Scopus or ORCID or Crossref, then those publication manually they have to feed. Yeah. Any other questions? What about you? You have some questions?
I was curious that how do you do disambiguation, or that even in Scopus or Web of Science, authors have multiple profiles, right?
Yes.
How do you validate, verify, deduplicate the content within your platform?
Okay. Now, for example, we used to collect the publication based on only their ID.
Yeah, but in Scopus, authors have multiple IDs.
Okay, then we'll allow, in the system allow, suppose some faculty, they say that whenever they create an instance, faculty sees that, okay, I have published 100 articles, but in your platform source only 50 articles. Then you just cross-verify in the Scopus. Then they identify, okay, I have 2 duplicate IDs. Then we'll ask them, you add both IDs. In the meantime, you have to curate your ID in the Scopus. If they have 2 or 3 IDs, they can add all those 3 ID, the system automatically bring those, all the publication from 2 or 3 IDs.
Yeah, my concern is that sometimes even author doesn't know that he has multiple
Okay.
within Scopus or any other database. Second, you said Google Scholar, right? So Google Scholar, everybody knows that even I can go there and create a profile and claim the highest number of publication from the most reputed author to my name. So when you are feeding in direct content, right? So what are the key mapping fields you have in terms of publication to make sure the data is authoritative?
Okay, for example, in terms of Google Scholar, initially we integrated with Google Scholar. Some of the genuine faculty members, they
How
came.
do you integrate? Google Scholar doesn't have API, right?
No, we are using screen reader.
Okay.
We use screen reader. We capture the data, but some of the faculty genuinely came back to me, Kannan, I have published only 20 articles, but my Google Scholar shows that 30 article. Then what we did, nowadays we are not importing any article from Google Scholar. We'll show only that publication metrics. Like, Google Scholar, when you open in the right side corner, it shows that how many articles he has published, how many citations. We'll show using that screen reader just to bring that metrics, that's all. We are not importing article from Google.
But that metric is separate. So
Yes.
like it's not merged with other citations.
Yes, yes. No, that's what in the profile you could see. There is a column called yes. It will show like this. That is how many citations from different sources, H index. This is social media metrics. This is what it will show. Google Scholar based on this Google Scholar. But I know that Google is not providing the API, but we are using screen reader. Even tomorrow, if they change this location, then once again we have to change the code. At present, it will see in the corner. We'll take the data and display. But once again, we are taking the system import the publication based on only their IDs. Okay, whether it's ORCID ID or Scopus ID. But when we import, no, we will remove. It is not like, suppose first faculty imported the article from Scopus. Then once again they are importing the article from ORCID ID, because ORCID sometimes they have more article compared to Scopus, because some of the journal may not be indexed, faculty manually feeded, or it came from cross-ref and all. What we'll do, the system automatically, when we import, no, the primary is the DOI. It has to check the DOI. Then if it is DOI, is not there, rare case we will match with the title. Sometimes faculty also, it is not hardly 1 or 2%. What will happen? Faculty, they would have changed their article, that title, there is a small spelling mistakes or something like that. Then same article, it will appear 2 times.
So then it gets flagged as a duplicated, like do you have a, or
No,
it has to be manually.
Manually, that individual faculty member,
Faculty, yes.
nodal officer has to do. Nodal officer also has a control, like a librarian. He has a control about, he can edit any profile within the institute. But the system also will capture all those data, who edited, when he edited, or this data came from where, whether manually he feeded or from Scopus. Recently, we also added that, what is it called, retracted paper. Ministry very strict, we have to show that retracted paper. Even they are telling, homepage also show that. Institute, they should know about that, how many they have retracted paper. Earlier they don't know about, no, many of the institute they don't know. We have connected with that retracted database. We are also showing. We have data, but earlier what we did, if it is a retracted paper, will not show outside. But Ministry now they told, no, you have to show them. Let the people know that how many articles he published. This paper is retracted. Something. Any other questions?
Great initiative.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.